Talking with Topher is sponsored by slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com, New Hampshire Vape Gallery, and naturalbossnh.com. More on that later. Let's get into episode 128.
At it again.
What is happening, TWT fans? I hope you're having an amazing day. It is Thursday, September 15th, 2022. And how are all of you? I hope everything out there is going very well for you. I hope you're getting amped up for the weekend. I hope you're enjoying your Thursday. I really do hope everything is going well for all of you out there. But before I get into anything today, let me start off by saying thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. You're what keeps me coming back week after week. So again, and as always, I thank all of you out there. And I also want to welcome the new subscribers. Welcome to the podcast. I greatly appreciate you. You are also now a reason why I'm coming back here week after week. So welcome to the podcast. I greatly appreciate every single one of my subscribers. You are all amazing, and you're definitely what keeps me going. So spread the word, share the podcast. Get it out there into the algorithm. If you're new to the podcast, that's right. You're just stopping by, you're checking it out. Hit that subscribe button. It's the one thing I'm asking everybody to do for me. This is free for you. It is not free to do. So click, smash, stomp on that subscribe button. It means everything to me. So please be doing that. If you want to know when all the new episodes upload, hit that little notification bell, and you'll know when all the shorts are uploaded, all the guests are uploaded, and all the new Talking with Topher episodes are available. All right, so do all of those things, and of course, share, rate, and review the podcast. I appreciate it always. I really, really do. If you want to get more involved with the podcast, that's right. You want your opportunity to be a guest? Well, you got to send out an email to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Go ahead and send out your video, your audio, your typed out email to that official email of the podcast. And if I pick it out, I'm going to have you on the podcast, whether it's Zoom or in the studio, or maybe I got to travel. Doesn't matter. I can do this so many different ways now that it opened up the floodgates and allowed me to basically have anybody on the podcast that I want. So I'm very excited for this, and I want more of you out there to get involved with the podcast because I find that to be fun. Of course, if you're looking for advice, or if you just want your opportunity to have your story heard, send those emails over to talkinwithtopher@gmail.com, and you'll get your opportunity for all of that. And of course, if you want to follow me, right? Go and follow. I'm on social media, just like everybody else these days. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Again, that's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, and Facebook. Go ahead, give a follow. I always appreciate that. And now with all that out of the way, let's get into today's episode, I wanted to start off because it's happening all week right now. September 11th just passed us. And I remembered that I had some really, really, I don't even know what's being made anymore. That's how old I am right now. Okay. I'm in my I'm 42, right? I am in my early 40s. And I remember where I was on September 11th, 2001. I was at a shop, in Nashua, New Hampshire, that no longer exists. They actually just closed after 32 years, I believe. The place was called Headlines. And we were all doing our morning stuff, setting up shop, whatever, opening up. I don't even remember. I think we were open for maybe 15 minutes. When did this happen? I don't know. I think it was between 9 and 10 in the morning. I could be completely wrong about the time. I don't remember. All I remember is we heard on the radio, because back then we had a stereo that could play CDs, or we could just have the radio on. There was no Spotify or streaming or any of those type of things. We would, I think the little storage MP3s or something, maybe that even wasn't a thing back then. But anyways, on the stereo, we were flipping the CD, and we had the radio on as we were flipping the CD, and that's where we heard about the Twin Towers getting hit. So my manager at the time, actually, he was still the manager when they closed the store, goes out back, and we have one of those rolling TVs, like they use in school for, when the teacher doesn't want to teach. And they're like, we're going to watch a movie this week because it's supposed to be educational, which I know they were. But, I mean, as a kid, you didn't care. You were just like, oh, good, this is going to be an easy class. I get to do basically nothing, which is what every student wants, right? I mean, you don't want to do schoolwork in school. So rolls that out into the break room, is got it on the TV, and sure as shit, the first tower has been hit. We're going in and out. Like, we got one person manning each counter that needs to be manned, and then everybody's doing this rotational thing out back, just watching the TV and trying to see what's happening. As the TV was on and I went out back to go see it, that is when the second plane hit the second tower. Now, I'm not going to get conspiracy theory. I don't know anything about concrete, temperatures, burning. Why did they collapse? How did this tower fall? What happened here? How did all these people get past all the air and then the military? They flew around for over an hour and no one took them out. Yes. 100% yes. I don't know what to believe. All I know is at that moment in time, for me, this was the worst thing I had ever seen. It was literally the worst. I didn't know what was happening. I went home that night after my shift, and I was talking to my parents, and I was freaking out. I was like, is the world over? Are we all going to die? My parents were a little bit more collective. They understood that this was bad, but I'm only 21. This is the worst thing I've ever seen. The Twin Towers just fell. Does this, what else is going to happen? You know what I mean? That's where we were at right then. What is next? When's the other shoe going to drop? And so I was obsessed with getting information and trying to understand what happened and to see if this was going to go any further. Now, my 21-year-old self is not my 42-year-old self, okay? Completely and absolutely different person. Drinking involved, not caring as much. So basically all I was doing was I was going to the stores or the gas station or wherever the fuck I was, and I was getting newspapers. And I don't even know if they would do this today. I don't know if they print paper as much as they once used to. But I wanted to kind of show you these. I thought they were really neat. I've hung on to them, for 21 years. Some of you may not even know. Well, you probably weren't even born, right? Some of you are just 21. Or you're 24, so you're like, I was only 3 years old when that happened. I don't remember anything. Well, that's fine. There was a lot of stuff that happened when I was non-existent and or just a toddler myself. So I can completely understand why you why you don't know anything about this, but you've looked into it. You probably know the conspiracy theories behind it. I mean, there was just so much going on that day, and we were all in shock. And I have to say that, this was one of the times where you saw the American flag go up everywhere. People had them on their antennas. They had those things on the window. You could not buy an American flag. It was literally one of the hottest items that you could purchase. They were so scarce and non-existent that people were like special ordering them. They were paying multiple, like hundreds of dollars for flags. I remember for the shop that I was at, we ordered a whole bunch of flags like immediately. And of course, we got them in late and then couldn't get rid of them. So that's the way it works. You know what I mean? That's kind of what we're dealing with today in general with inflation. People bought too much. Now they're hanging on to it. And now if you go to return something, half of the time, they're just giving you the money back. They don't even want the product anymore. They don't even want it because they just got too much, which is weird and crazy. But back to 9/11. So I actually shrink wrapped these, took care of them, and they've been sitting in a box for like, I think it's been in the same box for like 21 years. But this is the very first one that I purchased. Now remember, these are only 50 cents. This was purchased Wednesday, September 11th. I'm so stupid. This was purchased Wednesday, September 12th, 2001. So this is the day after. I'm going to move my drink. I really want to. There we go. Isn't that crazy? I mean, we really did think we were going to war, and I guess we kind of did, but I don't want to get too much into that. This is September 13th, 2001. Picture of the Pentagon. These are all the firefighters and everybody. September 16th. I don't know how I missed a couple days. But this is like when we're all starting to get into gear. The flags are being put up everywhere. I mean, they were everywhere. Flags were everywhere. September 17th, 2001. They're showing pictures of Ground Zero. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen these pictures, but I couldn't believe it had been 21 years, and I couldn't believe that I still had these. I really did. I couldn't find them for a day or two. I've been looking for them. So this is Friday, May 31st, 2002. So this is, after the new year. We're now, I believe, bodies have been found. They're being buried. There's still recovery efforts at Ground Zero. And then you've got, 1 year past. So Thursday, September 12th, 2002 is when Ground Zero was actually cleaned up. And now they are starting the plans for the memorial and the Freedom Tower, which I don't know if it was true that it was going to happen, but supposedly the buildings that they were gonna put up in place of the Twin Towers, if you were looking from the coastline, it was supposed to be giving a middle finger, to everybody out there. It wasn't directed towards the people that could see it in America. It was directed towards the people that attacked us, tried to made us fearful, and tried to destroy our freedom. And then I got September 11th, 2003. This is 2 years past. Now we are starting to reflect. We have put the names of all the people that were lost on that day. And I was reading an article, and I did not know, but there's still 1,103 people that they just couldn't find. They just couldn't find their bodies. They were gone. Now, the Telegraph won September 12th, 2001. So this is the day after everything happened. And I didn't shrink wrap this one because I guess I couldn't find cardboard or something. So I'll do my best. And as you can see, the paper's starting to turn yellow and it's just getting gross. But this is what we were all looking at every day after this incident. I have no idea when this magazine was actually printed. It's 1 year later, so I'll have to assume it was 2012. You know, so we got a special commemorative edition. 1 year later, I have no idea. Maybe this is Time magazine. I'm not sure, but this stuff, I just, for the first 3 years after this happened, I was just obsessed. I just didn't get conspiracy obsessed. I was more like, are these ever going to be worth money? And they're not. But they're very, very, it just brings back a lot of memories. And then my last one was the New York Post. This one came out September 11th, 2002. So that means it was 1 year after. And this is the last picture I ever saw of the Twin Towers. Because after this, I mean, they were talking about taking it out of movies. They wanted to take, again, with this thing where we have to protect ourselves and worry about our feelings. It's like, no, we're fucking Americans. Those were there, and we're not going to let them tear us down. And I think a lot of people voted against taking out the Twin Towers out of any movie, anywhere, ever. You know, leave it in. We will never forget. We will always remember, even though sometimes I do forget that it's September 11th. But one of the ways that helps me always remember is, you know, my sobriety line is right in alignment of, unfortunately, this terrible event. Because my sobriety from alcohol started September 14th. Which is actually my niece's and my goddaughter's birthday. So it'll be 1 day past when you all see this that I've now celebrated my 6 years off of alcohol. But you know, remembering 9/11 is just something that's like embedded in the people that went through it. Now, the people that really went through it, that were there in New York, all of those people, I did not go through it like them. And I'm not saying that I did. It was a horrible, traumatic thing for all of the U.S. But for those people in particular around Ground Zero, you know, my heart still goes out to them today. Because I mean, a lot of them that dealt with that have died, just from the air and everything that they breathed in. And man, it's just so sad. It was a really, really sad time. But now we can look back on it. We do remember, and I will have to say, I'm a little bit more worried today about everything else going on. Than I was. Yeah. So being 42 and seeing what's going on in the world today scares me more than when I was 21, thinking that people were going to come and invade America and start attacking us, because that's what I thought was next. When that didn't happen, I was not worried anymore. But today, things are real sketchy. Back to what I was talking about, with me getting off of alcohol and how this all kind of ties together is there's so much going on. My nephew had his 16th birthday yesterday. Oh, man, I met him when he was a year old, because that's when me and my wife first started seeing each other, or dating, I guess you could call it. But yeah, it was 15 years ago. And I've just watched this kid grow up. I've watched him get into jiu-jitsu. Now he's a basketball player. I swear to God, this kid he's going to be amazing, right? He's going to be amazing. I mean, he should be on a GQ cover. He should be Abercrombie and Fitch. Yes. Yeah, he would make a great Abercrombie and Fitch model. It just blows my mind. He's absolutely amazing. And anybody that's younger than me that is just doing what I wished I was doing. Let me rephrase that. I now wish that what he was doing is what I was doing when I was 16. But again, doing stuff like that and saying things like that hold us back. Because I wouldn't be where I was if I didn't do the shit that I did. So saying that is almost incorrect. But nonetheless, being at his 16th birthday party and just realizing how old I am, how old and washed I am. He's got a girlfriend. He just got a car. He's a sophomore. I mean, he's just got, the world by the balls right now. And I just think it's so amazing to watch these kids grow up. My other nephew just turned 15. He's doing more of what I used to do. And no matter how we try to talk him out of it, he won't do it. So I don't know what path he's going down, but if he continues on it, it's going to be the same path I went down. It's going to be jail, drugs, pregnancy scares, car crashes, until he finally figures himself out. But you can only lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. So, I have hope that he will turn around. I have hope that his younger brothers and sister will not follow in his path. But, I hope he's doing better than he was. I will be seeing him shortly because, like I just said, my niece's birthday is Wednesday, and this same exact day that I celebrate my 6 years. So because of that, we'll be going to see them after I do all my editing on Wednesday. But yeah, we have to go up there and wish her a happy birthday. I got to see my goddaughter and take care of all that. But this is just an exciting time for me, when my nephew celebrates his birthday, it's like a positive side to September 11th. And when my niece has her birthday, that's me with another year under my belt of sobriety. So even though me and my wife don't have kids and I don't get to see myself age through their eyes, I get to see myself age through all the nieces and nephews that we are surrounded by. And I'm thankful that I'm surrounded by so many of them. I wish I could spend more time with all of them, but unfortunately, that's just not something that can happen for me. Trying to do what I'm doing today, and I'm trying to make more time for those things to happen, because right now, all of them growing up. I mean, the last thing my nephew said to me when we left yesterday afternoon was, "I'll see you in Christmas." And that hurt. That really did hurt. I was like, shit. I was like, this kid's got fucking jokes. And my wife looks at me and she goes, "Yup." And I go, it would only be funny to me if it wasn't true. So I need to turn that around, because now they're getting to the ages where they're noticing, right? They were probably noticing years and years ago, but now they're getting up there, right? And now they're having a little bit more of a voice. And of course, I mean, besides the fact that he is smaller than me, his jiu-jitsu is damn good. You know, he competes. He's got all kinds of, like I said, this kid is a champion, and it's fucking cool to see him where he is today. But I'm not gonna say nothing, because he'll probably end up choking me the fuck out. You know? So that's the crazy part about today, right? With so many people getting into martial arts, jiu-jitsu, MMA, all these things, it's like, oh man, even my 16-year-old nephew might be able to take me, right? It's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. But it was an amazing, amazing day. Even with the rain, it was just so much fun. I do have to say that the Delta 8 gummies hit me hard yesterday. I ate 2 of them, thinking that like it was no big deal, because I ate 2 of them, days ago, and I didn't have any issues. And then I went off into another world. I don't know what the hell happened, but man, I was in a fog. I was actually watching the football game, which is so weird for me. I mean, we got crushed by Miami, but who cares? I don't. Everybody else was so upset. I was like, I don't know. I could take it or leave it. It doesn't matter to me. It's not the end of the world. It's just a game. They lost. I know how important it is to you people out there. I get it. I've seen some major sport fans. I'm friends with some major sport fans. I get it. I just don't feel the same way. I don't think I ever will. But along with the, 6 years of sobriety, we're coming up on the water fast will be coming again. I'm very excited for it. It will be in November. I'm mentioning it here and there, popping it in, popping it out, because I want more people to join. I'm telling you right now, if you can get this into your life, it's going to benefit you so much. So many people are confused on why not eating is good. And it is absolutely incredible that not eating, and then when you do eat, eating within a certain window, and then not eating out of that window is so important. And it's nobody believes it until they actually physically do it and see the results. I know it's hard to believe. I know it's hard to think about. I know. But here's the thing. If it wasn't hard, everybody would be doing it. And if you notice, the people doing it, well, they're not fat. They're not out of shape. And they're taking care of themselves. They change their diets. They change everything. I get into the same thing with my father-in-law all the time. Every time. He always like, "Why don't you eat?" And it's like, I do eat. I have to take a digestive pill. There's a pill, Anatril. I've talked about it many times here, but I did just freshly have this conversation yesterday, so it's in my brain. And he's like, well, you going to eat? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm just waiting for these to work, because what happens is all the garbage that my body doesn't process, this fucking shit grabs a hold of it all, and if it's not getting processed, just turns it into a clump and sends it down the shitter. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm just waiting for this to kick in. It takes like 10, 15 minutes. And I'm going to eat whatever I want. So I did. I had 2 pieces of pepperoni pizza. I had a wrap with some spicy chicken and some spicy sauce. So I went for the shit that I never eat. Do I never eat pizza? No, I just have gluten-free pizza. It agrees with my stomach. It agrees with me. I'm not lactose intolerant, but none of that stuff digests properly in my stomach, which can give me leaky gut again. Now, yes, I can drink collagen. I can do all those things. I've done all those things. I've gotten my gut to a very good place as long as I just stick with my diet and I just do what I'm supposed to do. Everything works out just fine. So why do I fast twice a year for 5 solid days? It's discipline. I am trying to prove to myself that we just don't need to drink. We don't need to eat. It's all right here. That's where it is. It's in your head. It's nowhere else. Yeah, you get hungry, you get physically weak, you get physically everything, which is why I go to Monday class and I skip the rest of the week for jiu-jitsu from here on out. I think I did it last year, and I felt so good, even though I felt so wrecked at the end of the 5 days. And I'll be honest with you, I thought that doing this would get easier over the years. But do you want to know when the easiest time was? When I first started. That very first fast, which was 11 ago or 12 ago, something like that. It's 11 or 12 now I've done. And that's when I realized, I was like, oh, I can do this because it's easy. Every single one of them after that has been increasingly more and more difficult. I've done these multiple ways. The ways that I've done it is, I've done just water. I've done coffee with water. I've done supplements, no supplements. I've also done smoking pot and no smoking pot. And I will have to tell you, I have an easier time with the fast when I smoke pot than when I don't. It's so weird. It's so weird. But I think I've said this a couple times now throughout many podcasts. If you are not capable of doing this, or you don't believe that you can, I'm telling you, if you tell yourself you can't, you won't. You won't. But if you say, I can do this, the problem is that people get uncomfortable. And then they get a little hungry. And they're like, well, I got to feed myself. And it's like, you really didn't. You really don't. So I love this. I love it twice a year. And I will be doing it again in November. Celebrating 6 years off of alcohol. And either my 11th, 12th, or 13th 5-day water fast. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. I love where I am today. I love it. I have my problems. I still think about alcohol. I was talking to somebody about it today, and they were like, you still think about alcohol? And I'm like, yeah. I just spent yesterday at my brother-in-law's, and everybody was drinking. Everybody. There wasn't a single adult that wasn't walking up to those taps, hitting them up, hitting up some, I don't know, they had some tequila 1800, blackberry and pineapple shit, and then they had they had alcohol everywhere. My wife was tanked. You don't think I think about it? It's right there. My father-in-law always has to ask me, come on. And I was telling my friend today, and he's like, dude, that's an asshole move. He doesn't care about you. And I'm like, no, it's just him. He has this thing where everybody needs to eat and everybody needs to drink. He wants everybody involved. He wants everybody on board because then he feels better. And that's okay. I don't hold that against him. Look, at the end of the day, this is my battle. And my battle is just dealing with all of it. I have to deal with my father-in-law because it's every time we get together. Same thing. Oh, man, you should have seen this look at this IPA I'm drinking. You know what I mean? It always happens. It's only him, and that's fine. I get it. I was also a heavy drinker when we first started hanging out. I used to bring him shit to try. So it was a thing we had. So I've also got to remember that, right? Of course, my brother-in-law and everybody else, everybody knows. Everybody understands, and nobody else is asking questions. And that's fine. The people that don't know, guess what? I get hit with the same question. What do you want to drink? Oh, you're just drinking water. That's no fun. And then like, my father-in-law is like, oh, well, you're drinking so much water. Don't you have to go to the bathroom all the time? I'm like, alcohol makes you piss more than water. At least when I'm drinking water, my body's absorbing the water. You're drinking the alcohol. Your body's absorbing nothing but sugar and alcohol. So your body is dehydrated, depleted, and then you have to go to the bathroom over and over and over again because you're not hydrating yourself. So at the end of the day, people drinking alcohol are going to go to the bathroom more than somebody just drinking water. Now, I have a small ass bladder from holding my urine for so long, for many, many fucking years. So, yeah, as soon as I gotta go, I gotta go. Because if I don't go, there's gonna be an accident. I'm fucking 42, all right? That shit just gives out. Doesn't matter. So when I gotta go, you gotta go. But yeah, he's looking at me and he's like, don't you have to go to the bathroom a lot? If you're just drinking water, that's no fun. And so I love him, and it's fine. It's fine. You know what? Let me be honest with you. I enjoy these type of things because every time I'm confronted with this, every time I have to think about it, it just makes me stronger. Makes me stronger. It's easier to say no. It's easier to deal with it. And I don't get jealous anymore. And I'm sorry for bouncing all over the place. I know 9/11, sobriety, I'm all over the place. But I like these battles now. Granted, the first couple years, I did not like these battles. I avoided them like the plague. But these type of battles now, nobody else knows I'm battling. I'm not showing that I'm fighting. Mentally. I'm just dealing with it mentally. Because every time, I looked at him and I said, you do this every time. You do it every time. Why do you always do this? Why do you always ask me? I wouldn't have been able to say that 3 years ago. But I can say it now. I'm 6 years in. Why do you keep asking me this stupid question? And he just looked at me and he's like, I don't know. And that is okay. Because it's an honest answer. And he just doesn't know. He doesn't know. He wants me to be involved. And he doesn't understand that I'm already on Delta 8, smoked a fat fucking joint, did some edibles. I'm fucking high as a kite. I don't need to drink. So I look at all of these things as challenges that I need to get through. Now, there's challenges that get thrown at me that I'm sometimes not always prepared for, like my father-in-law, which is fine. And then there's the challenges that I put in front of myself to prove to myself that I'm strong enough to get through them. But I'm telling you this much right now. I never, ever want to be in the position of where I was. I don't want to go back to drinking ever again. So therefore, I'm always going to be thinking about it because I feel like just like when you're driving and you're so close to home, that's when you relax. And that's when you're more capable and statistically going to get into an accident where if I stop thinking about alcohol and treat it like it's nothing, I feel like that could be a dangerous place for me to be. So I don't choose to be in that place. I don't need to not think about it. I think I need to think about it to remind me of what I don't want in my life anymore. And then I love all of these challenges because they just keep me from drinking. Every time that happens with him, I'm like, cool, this is good. I gear up. I do it. I take care of it. I show my point. I prove my point again, or I tell him why I'm not doing this. And that's the end of the story. And now I feel better. I feel good. I'm like, yeah, see? I did it. I did it again. So that's why I like the fast. That's why I look so forward to this. And that's why I don't ever stop thinking about drinking. Just like I don't ever stop thinking about my sobriety. Are you kidding me? 6 years, everyone. This is incredible. I didn't think this would ever happen. And this can happen for you too. Maybe it's only your first day. Congratulations on that. Maybe you're 2 months, 6 months, 4 weeks. That's the same as a month. But you understand me. Whatever it is for you, celebrate that. Celebrate it. It's so important to celebrate it. And think about it. And remember, reminisce. It's okay to reminisce. You don't think I don't sit there and go, man, well, you know, I wouldn't, what, and I reminisce. I go, oh, remember that? That was so much fun. Oh, but then it wasn't. Why? Because it led to a blackout, or it led to this, or it led to that. Remember those things. That's important too. Remember all of your fuck ups. Remember all the people you let down. Remember all the things you didn't get done. Remember all the money you spent and couldn't pay your bills. I mean, seriously, all of those things I think about. I never put it off to the side. I think about it and I go, shit, that's why I'm right here. And it reminds me of what the fuck I'm doing right now. And I think that is very important. I think it's very, very important. So I'm super pumped about all of this, and I'm just excited to be where I am today, and I'm excited to celebrate it with all of you. Slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. You're not sure how to spell it? It's right here at the bottom of the screen, or click the link in the description below the video. It's just that easy. And now, before you check out, you're going to want to put in promo code TOPHER and get 10% off your purchase. I absolutely love this website. They have the most amazing products I've ever seen. They've got all new hats, all new shirts, all new kids' tees. Speaking of kids' tees, the kids are going back to school. Did you get them new clothes? Well, if you did, you got them at the wrong place. You should have gotten them Slow Down Clothing. Yeah, you want your kids to be the cool one in school, right? Have all your friends going home and, Mom, I saw Tyler's shirt, and oh my God, it's a little monkey, and I loved it. Yeah, we got to go to slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com, Mom. We got to go. We got to get these shirts. That's how I'm going to be the cool kid in the class. And this goes for all of you out there as well, and even not in school. You want to wear the dopest clothing ever? Tattooed inspired prints, amazing skateboards, sweatpants, sweatshirts, board shorts, towels. They've got it all. They've got everything. They're always putting out new and amazing prints. Their quality is top notch. That's right. The shirt wears out before the colors do. It's amazing. And I will tell you firsthand, that is some of my favorite clothing I've ever worn. But you can only get this stuff right now, right here at slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. That's slowdownclothing.bigcartel.com. And before you check out, remember to put in promo code TOPHER and get 10% off your Slowdown purchase today. New Hampshire Vape Gallery is located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings, where we're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m., and we've got everything you're looking for. So feel free to give us a call, 603-814-4171. Are you looking for new vapes? Are you looking for all the coils? Are you looking for vape juice that's flavored, maybe menthol? Huh? It's hard to get these days. More and more states keep putting on flavor bans, but not us in here in New Hampshire. That's right. We got all the flavors. We got all the menthols. We've got it all. And I've got it all in stock for you today. Maybe you've got an older device we might have coils for, but I will tell you this much right now. If we have the product in our store, we've got all the coils for it right now, especially if it's brand new and it just hit the market. We've got them. I have had a lot of people come in the store lately looking for products that nobody else has. Well, I guess you can find them right here at New Hampshire Vape Gallery. I am so happy to say that. Our stock is always up. Our D8 selection is giant now. That's right. I've got the Goliath coming from Savage. It's going to have 2 cartridges in it with a battery. We've got loose leaf. We've got pre-rolls. We've got chillums. We've got cartridges. We've got everything you are looking for in the D8 world. We are carrying it now and forever. Just more and more exciting things coming to New Hampshire Vape Gallery every day, every week. And I'm super excited to share it all with all of you. So come on in to New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located at 180 Lafayette Road, Seabrook, New Hampshire, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings, where we're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. And as always, I look forward to seeing you there. NaturalBossNH.com. That's NaturalBossNH.com. Are you looking for the best organic products ever? Well, Natural Boss has them. That's right. You're looking for an amazing beard oil? I know I was. And now it's amazing. My beard is because of that oil. And then, of course, you got a foot and body soak, which I'm telling you, it melts those stressful days away. What? You have cracking skin? They got a salve. That'll help with that. And then, of course, if you don't have cracking skin, well, then use the body balm or the lip balm. And that's going to keep your lips or your skin nice and moist so that it doesn't crack. And all of these products are available right now at naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com. So go support small business, buy amazing organic products, and don't just buy one, buy all 5 today. Before I get into Topher's topics, I want to talk about a comment that I got because this was awesome. Okay, it was awesome. I absolutely love this. Keep it up. Okay, keep it up. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to DRKSTRONG. All right, Dark Strong, I'm assuming. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because, let me unplug my phone here. This I thought was really cool because I told you, I am not the person where you're getting your information from. I want everybody to listen to what I have to say, but obviously go and look things up and figure them out for yourself because I'm not always 100% correct, and I'm definitely not the smartest person on the planet. So I bring things up because they interest me. I do a little bit more investigation on things, but at the same time, I do just kind of show you what I think about things, and I'm usually wrong sometimes. Most of the time, I'll always let you know if I'm wrong. And this person pointed out, let me see if I can magnify this for my old eyes. Let's see here. The glacier you talk about is in Antarctica. So is not a place to move to. If it raises the sea level by a foot, now this was a comment on episode 127, we will lose vast areas of land around the coasts of the world, displacing many people. So the net result is less land. So it is bad to think. We did not have anything. It is bad to think that in quotations, we did not have anything to do with the glacier on the U.S. melting, quote, end quotation. Because I said that in episode 27, which we didn't have anything to do with that glacier melting. It just melted. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here, right? They didn't have any machinery to melt that, but let's continue on. I lost my place. What a stupid thing to say. The past ice ages and intergalacticals, glacials were due to changes in the Earth's orbit over 10,000s of years. Tens of thousands of years is what he's trying to say. The melting is taking place in decades. Is it though? Is it really taking place in decades? Or yeah, it probably is, right? They're scientists, they're measuring it, they're watching it, and over the last 10 years, it's melted faster than it did over the last 1,000 years. Something like that. I know that's true. This melting is taking place in decades. Yes, I already read that. Yes, if Greenland's ice caps melt, yes, the Greenlanders can use more of Greenland for 6 months of the year. In parentheses, no sunlight in the winter. End parentheses. I don't suppose they will allow in a huge influx of Floridians, as half of Florida will disappear along with large areas of Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. And you know what? I don't know who you are. You may be right. You may be wrong. You may be right. You may be wrong. What song is that? That's a good track. But here's my thing. Here is my thing, right? It is I got you to interact, right? Perfect. I hope you're right. But I still, and I'm going to get one of those things at the bottom of my screen again so that you can go find out all about climate control, through our U.S. government, who wants to do renewable energy and get rid of nuclear. And there's all kinds of other ways to do energy. I guess there's some stuff that we could get into that would power the world for hundreds of thousands of years. Never interrupt anything. But you keep telling yourself that lithium batteries that take 32,000 gallons of gas to get out of the ground for 1 Tesla is worth everything, right? Windmills are going to work. All this renewable energy shit is worthless. Let's find something that's more sustainable. Let's stick with nuclear. And no, I do not believe, and I will not say, that we are the main cause of all of this. But I will say, you were right, and I was wrong. I thought it was Greenland. Hey, but you did prove me right about Greenland and Iceland. So thank you for that. But yeah, I was wrong. It's Antarctica. It was like a day or two after I said all that, too. I went and found out it was Antarctica myself. So thank you for the comment. Keep engaging, okay? I appreciate it. I really, really do. I want to get you more involved with the podcast, so thank you so much for your comment. I really do appreciate it. Now, let's get into Topher's topics. I got a few quick ones I want to get into. One of the ones that I really wanted to get into today was JUUL's back. That's right. So JUUL is back. They have paid a fine, $438.5 million settlement for the way that they advertised to teenagers and young adults. Basically, at the time, they were doing a lot of advertising where they shouldn't have been doing it. And they weren't in the wrong at the time because there was no age limit. But the problem is when they put the age limit of 18 on, they didn't take down any of their advertisement. So, so this is why vaping was targeted towards kids, right? This is why they get to use this argument. So now these guys are going to pay out. They're going to pay this fine, and then they're going to be able to continue selling their products to the United States of America. And let's listen to what they have to say so that you can get a better feel for what I am trying to say.
E-cigarette industry leader JUUL. The company has agreed to pay hundreds of millions of dollars to settle claims it marketed its vaping products to children. Chief Business Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis has the details. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning to you, George. And JUUL has agreed to pay $438.5 million to 34 states and territories over its marketing practices while not admitting guilt. JUUL says that it is all in the past and the company now has a new honorable mission. The 2-year investigation finding JUUL intentionally tried to appeal to children with ads like these featuring young, trendy models. Other marketing tactics included hosting launch parties for new products, offering free samples, advertising on social media, and selling products in flavors attractive to children. And it worked, apparently. In 2019, the same year JUUL says it, quote, reset the company. More than 5 million young people said they tried vaping within the past 30 days. Just the year before, that number was 3.6 million. JUUL commenting in a statement, the terms of the agreement are aligned with our current business practices. We remain focused on the future as we work to fulfill our mission to transition adult smokers away from cigarettes, the #1 cause of preventable death, while combating underage use.
Holy shit. Okay, I never saw any of those ads because, again, it was 2019. So therefore, I was still using my box mod, you know what I mean? So I never got into the JUUL. I never got into the pod systems that were pre-filled, which are basically legal in the United States except for menthol and tobacco flavors now. And if you're in Massachusetts or anywhere that banned flavors, you're only allowed to get tobacco because they even banned menthol. But yeah, they were actually, I mean, those models could have been over 21. But they looked like teenagers, right? I don't think that they were actually using teenage models, although they might have been. I mean, it doesn't really matter. A model's a model, right? But it was targeting towards kids. And I do believe they were setting stuff up around colleges. So all of those things being done is what led them to the road to where we are today. But that's why they're settling out, you see? They're settling out because they're like, hey, look, I did this in the past. We're not in the past anymore. We're in the future. It's 2022. We're taking a different road. We don't want anybody under the age of 21 vaping on our shit anymore either, right? So now they're going to try to re-solidify themselves in the vaping world in America, and they're going to try and do everything properly, which is good. I think this is great. And you got to give it up to Big Tobacco. This is a win for the vaping industry, but we have to thank Big Tobacco as well, right? Because they're owned by them, so their lawyers help them through this. So, shit, man, what a world, huh? But I'm just glad that this is over and we can just go back to the way things were before the ban went into place. So this one here, now, this is something I'm just bringing up. I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can read it. The article will be linked. I don't think the article itself is actually important. But what is important is jobs now are giving employees phones. Okay? My wife got a phone from Walmart. It has all these capabilities. Now, Walmart has set up their own. Yeah, let me switch this again. Set up their own like Facebook type of thing, right? So it's only for Walmart employees, and all the Walmart employees are encouraged to sign in on the phone that they were given, go onto this website, and promote Walmart within Walmart. It's fucking weird, right? But it's what they want. And they're also encouraging all their management and all their management to post things positive on their Instagrams too, you know, and get all this social media stuff to help build morale is what I believe it's based around. But here's the thing about the phones. Now, this article, if you want to go and read it, will tell you that somebody was they were giving a phone by a company, and then they made personal phone calls on the phone. Now, today, none of this matters because it's usually unlimited, everything. That's the way you would want to set up all these phones. No data charges, no roaming, no nothing. So it's unlimited, right? Because they don't want to run into something like this. But this was back when, I don't know if you remember this, but I do. When we first started getting cell phones, we had minutes, right? We had so many text messages we were allowed. We had so many minutes we were allowed. If we didn't want to use our minutes, starting Friday at, I want to say 6, maybe 9 o'clock at night, it was free nights and weekends. Oh, that's what it was. It was free nights and weekends. So anytime after 9, it wouldn't use our minutes. And anytime Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we could use our phones freely. Other than that, it came out of our minutes, and if we went over our minutes, boy, oh boy, did they love fucking charging you for that. Same with text messaging, all of that. It's very, very limited in the beginning. So this person made a bunch of phone calls on the company phone, and at the time, they went over those minutes, and then the company tried to charge them for all of it. That's not happening today. But the reason I bring this up is because I've noticed that more and more companies are doing this. They are giving employees phones, and some of those employees can't even afford their own phones, right? And I feel for you. I'm sorry that that's life for you. It's unfortunate. I'm glad you're at a job that gave you a cell phone. But here's the thing. Don't do anything on that cell phone that you don't want them to see. They have full access to the entire phone. They know everything you're doing. So if you just got a phone from a company, or maybe recently, or you've been using one for a little while, don't do anything stupid on that phone. Okay? A lot of people don't understand that they have full backdoor access on those things. So I guess it was a couple employees. I'm not saying that it was, Walmart. I'm just saying a couple employees that were given phones made threats, tried to do malicious things on their phone. They saw it all. They all got fired. Don't look at porn on the fucking phone. Don't do anything stupid. Don't take pictures. All your pictures get saved to their cloud. You got to remember, that is a company phone. And just because you don't get roaming charges, you won't get data charges, you won't get any of those. You can make free phone calls. You can do text messaging. My wife could do all of that from that phone if she wanted to. But of course, we both know you don't do that. You only use the phone for friggin' work. But I also know there's not a lot of people out there that are capable of doing that work at Walmart or Target, okay? I know most of the people working for those companies are minimum wage, barely scraping by, and with the increase of everything going on today, probably even more difficult to scrape by, right? So I just wanted to let everybody know that that's not your phone. And when a company gives you a phone, it does not make it yours. My wife was so mad. I guess something happened with a phone and the person thought it was theirs. No. If you work for a company and you are using their Talzons, their phones, their printers, their keys, their supplies, that's all theirs. You own nothing, you stupid, stupid fucking person. Why you would ever think that their property is yours just because it's in your fucking hand is beyond me. It makes me so angry that people take things home. Hey, asshole, there's more people that need to print. Stop stealing the printer. Stop taking the Talzon. You know, that was the one thing that was nice about finding out that they used the phones for the POS and the inventory and the everything, because now my wife doesn't have to run around looking for her Talzon, which is nice. It saves half the day. But now you got to find a printer. So, I don't know. The people that work for companies that think shit's theirs bother me. And eventually, if you do something wrong with company property, you will get caught and you will get fired. And I will tell you this much right now. If you are fucking around on their phones, you're going to get fired. You're going to get caught. They have access to all of it. All they have to do is tell the IT guy, hey, go and have a look at everybody's phone for like an hour or two. And they'll just sit there and go through everybody's phone and they find something malicious. That's it. You can get fired for, I think I believe you're not vandalizing the property, but you kind of are at the same time. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, you do something and it gives that thing a bug. Well, now you vandalized it too. So, I don't know, man. I didn't think that this would ever come up, but me and my wife had a conversation the other day, and I was completely blown away that more people don't understand this. And I get it. A lot of you are young out there, and you don't understand this. So that's why I'm giving you this PSA. All right? So if it's given to you by the company, it's not yours, it's the company's. So be careful what you do on it, because it could probably get you fired if it's not under company policy. You know what I mean? You got to follow company policy on company shit. So, I don't know. I thought that was wild. What a conversation we had. All right, my next one. Now, this is insane. I know that this is pretty long. I want to let this run. I want you all to see it because I think everybody needs to see this. And if I run out of time, I might have to end here. But I want you all to see, and I don't know if you can hear it. I think I'm going to have to read it to you. A TikToker exposed how plastics are getting into pig feed. They fired me today for spreading the news.
Just put it here. Plastic and all. Don't even matter. Plastic, cardboard boxes, pallets, everything's grounded into this right here.
They send this stuff off to be eaten by the hogs, and then the hogs are killed, and then we eat them. I felt like I had to tell the world.
Y'all believe me now.
Go up the line.
Look at this.
So that big shit called a grinder. And it grinds it out and turn it into ice. And then the hog eats it. This is what it looked like when it's done.
I took the video because I was like, I've never seen nothing like this. And this can't be like legal.
The practice of feeding retail food waste and animals is known as garbage feeding. And it's legal in 27 states, Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. But the legality of including packaging from the food waste is less clear. Holy shit. A 2004 publication from the Association of American Feed Control Officials includes plastics in a list of substances that are legally used in U.S. animal feeds.
I told you guys.
Shout out to all my followers. I love you guys. But let's have a little class. As you see the AAFCO, this is the official publication for things that are allowed in animal feed in America. So let's look down here. And what does it say? Plastics. Plastics, plastics, plastics. I told you. Okay, let's look a little more. What does it say? Other metal compounds. Restaurant food waste, contaminated, adulterated food. For those of you who don't know what that means, that's horrible.
However, an AAFCO publication from 2018 states that recovered retail food must not contain packaging materials. Oh, really? I keep pausing because I can't read quickly. Such as plastics, glass, metal, string, styrofoam, cardboard, and similar materials. This makes me so angry.
I kept hearing, that's a recycling plant. That's where they take the trash at. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm showing you step by step. Like, in each video, I'm telling you what you're looking at. So, like, what do I got to do? Like, I don't understand.
All that. This is waste from different businesses, bakeries, cookie places, all type of stuff.
That's gotta smell so bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Look at the cardboard. There's no fucking
Some
food
of your
in
favorite
that.
foods, but they just molded and old. Got a bunch of rats and stuff in them. Yep.
Ugh.
Yep, they all going in here. Up the line to the grinder. They try to get all of it out, but
I just don't understand why there's not somebody at that conveyor belt taking the cardboard and shit and putting it off to the side. I don't eat pig anymore. I don't eat pork. I don't eat ham. I don't eat bacon. I don't eat any of it. That shit destroys my stomach. This fucking angers me.
I mean, there's only so much you can do. I'm gonna show y'all though, but you don't even see the paper when it's grinded and shit like that. You won't even see the paper.
Proponents of garbage feeding say it helps prevent food waste and lowers cost. Lowers cost? This is at a higher cost of all of our fucking health. So our health isn't worth shit? Wow. Wow. Hey, I'd rather have cheap garbage fucking food killing me and eat more plastics besides the credit card that I already fucking consume every week. I mean, what? While others argue potential for disease transmission and plastic contamination are not worth the risk. That's what I'm saying. You put my fucking health first, you pieces of shit. Woo! The only level of plastic in an animal feed should be none at all. Agreed with this statement. Hold on, I gotta do this again. There is a lack of transparency for what the animals that citizens are eating have been fed. Citizens have no way of knowing what they are actually eating. This is all being written by Heather Leslie. Moore's TikToks have amassed more than 50 million views.
When y'all eat that, I posted a video on TikTok and I did not expect to go viral. Like, I had stopped eating pork. I was trying to get my family to stop eating pork. So when I worked here at this part of the plant and I seen that, I was like, I have to tell you guys. Like, someone has to tell you because no one is telling you.
Moore says he was fired within 2 days of posting his first video. Well, I mean, they always fire the fucking whistleblowers, right? God forbid the people that are doing things to protect more than just their bottom line, you know, they always get treated like shit.
My morals and my ethics wouldn't let me work there long term anyway. I told my wife, like, I'm not gonna work here long, like, it's impossible. Because I'll be disgusted with myself helping feed America that. It makes me feel good when I get on TikTok and I see a comment with a person like, hey, you are a hero. Not all heroes wear cake, stuff like that. That makes you feel good because you're like, dang, somebody appreciate the fact that I try to save lives. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a doctor, but I try to save lives. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah, dude. You deserve all the praise. What is your... Let me go back to the beginning. And is that his TikTok handle? Let me see if I can find his TikTok handle. Maybe it is that. TikTok / at GMFMUSIK. So I don't know if this is his actual TikTok or whatnot. I got this off of TikTok, but it's coming up on Twitter. I don't know. Anyways, I saw this and I was absolutely disgusted and just, oh my God, I could not believe it. This was so crazy to me that this was even a thing that could fucking happen. So I want to share it with all of you out there. I know this is getting tons of views. I know a lot more of you younger people out there are looking at TikTok all the time. And I know you probably already saw this, but there's a lot of people my age that have no idea about this at all. I started yelling at my family members about it, not yelling at them, but I was telling them and I got passionate and they told me I was yelling at them. But I'm telling everybody, this shit is no good. All right? Go in a grocery store, stick to your perimeters, stay away from this shit, stay away from the center aisles. I mean, I don't even know what we can go and eat anymore. I mean, with the cows and the this and the pigs and the feed and the agriculture and the chemicals to keep away the bugs and then the amount of animals that are killed so that vegetarians can feel better about themselves. I mean, our whole world is fucked right now. Our food is fucked. Our gas is fucked. Our everything is fucked. And we're seeing it more and more. It's becoming more and more clear that we have been lied to for centuries. That too much? Decades? Decades. I think we've been lied to for centuries, but in the last couple decades, man, it is disgusting what they are trying to get us to consume. It's just horrible, you know? I don't know. But hey, be careful out there. Be maybe I just hope that this is the big farms, right? The corporate farms that are feeding the pigs this shit. And hopefully if you go to a local farm that's grass-fed, grass-finished, right? Grass-fed, grass-finished. That's the important thing. Finished. Because you can always start grass, doesn't mean you end there. I think that's the better route to go. Find a local farm and see what restaurants they distribute to. There's a farm to table, grass-fed, grass-finished, farm to table restaurant in Manchester. If I have to pay a little bit more to know where that food came from, then I'm going to do it. But this really, 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 really bothered me. But let's not end on that one, shall we? Let's check this shit out, all right? This is an 8 8K pictures. I think it's pictures. I don't think oh, we got a video. Woohoo. So I'm so excited. Stunning new 8K footage shows Titanic as it's never been seen before. I was so excited for this. I mean, the Titanic is just one of those, old ships that's got so many stories, and it's just, we keep looking at it. They found it, right? You remember them finding it? Well, now they got a camera down there. They took some brand new footage, and they're never going to bring it up to the surface because they are afraid that if it comes up to the surface, it's just going to fall apart. I do believe that was the reason why it's sitting where it is after we found it. So the new footage has been released showing that the wreck of the RMS Titanic as it's never been seen before in full 8K quality, the highest screen resolution currently available. The horizontal resolution of 8,000 pixels or twice as clear as the 4K TV. It means there's an unprecedented level of detail and color in the latest exploration of the 110-year-old shipwreck. It was captured by the Ocean Gate Expeditions on its 2022 visit to the site, which lies 2.4 miles below the surface of North Atlantic, some 400 nautical miles from Newfoundland, Canada. This is just amazing. It's so crazy to me. Let's check this shit out. During the 2022 Titanic expedition, Ocean Gate Expeditions filmed the first 8K video of the Titanic. Wow. Oh, am I in the way? I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, what's that little one? That's so crazy. Oh, well, it definitely gives me a clearer picture of why they won't bring it to the surface. That's for sure. You see all that growth all over it. I mean, that's basically holding the ship together at this point. It is Dunsville for that. But I was expecting a little bit more. So see if there's more videos out there. That might have only been a minute clip of the videos that they have to show, but this is the crew inside the ship. This is the Ocean Gate that they're all sitting in. There's 5 people in that submarine. You could get a jiu-jitsu match in there. But yeah, so really cool shit, man. I mean, I'm blown away by a lot of the stuff that's going on today. I mean, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. We gotta deal with it all, okay? Because if we don't, then you're gonna miss something. But so I really wanted to show this to everybody. I think that the Titanic is, pretty amazing. What they were doing back then before, trying to have this unsinkable thing, it's tough to say that, unbreakable, leak proof, unsinkable. I mean, you can put it on the box. You can say it, but I don't believe any of it to be true. I really don't. So, woo, what an episode. All right. Well, I had so much fun. I hope you enjoyed. But I got to get going. I got a bunch of other stuff I got to get done. And I got more birthdays to prepare for. And I got a celebration of 6 years from alcohol to celebrate. and I'm just so pumped for it. I'm glad to have all of you come along for the ride. So, as always, thank you. Thank you to all my subscribers. I greatly appreciate you. Hello to all the new subscribers. And if you're just swinging by, remember to hit that subscribe button. If you want to get more involved with the podcast, you got a story, you want to get on, you want some advice, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. Send your email on over. I'll check it out, and we'll get this party started. And of course, if you want to follow me, I'm on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, probably not for long, and Facebook. All right, so go give a follow. I greatly appreciate that as well. And with all that being said, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. Have a safe and fun weekend. And as always, I will talk to you later.